Welcome to the first gear review video that I'm going to be making for my parkour gear. And also this is going to be some crossover to my sword fighting gear as well. I was in New Mexico for a weekend, so I didn't have time to make the video just yet. I had to wait for my stand to come in as well to record this video also. We're going to go ahead and start from the ground up, quite literally from the ground up. We're going to start talking about shoes. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about socks. So, I have a dry fit sock. This sock dries out really fast. It's very useful. It keeps your shoes nice and dry. You don't want creepy wet shoes. You don't want to jump and just have your shoes go squish. It's weird, it's creepy, it cuts down on smell, it's great. They wash really fast, and these are also really good condition. I bought these for $8 from Walmart. It's one of the 2 items that I've bought from an actual store. These socks have been taking the punishment for at least about a month now that I've been wearing these guys in conjunction with my boots. I've had no issues with pilling, they haven't torn, they flex really well, they dry out really fast, they're easy to wash, they generally don't smell really funky. So I really recommend these guys. The company that I bought these from is Performance Active. This is the company that I used, and these, like I said, are about $8. I can buy these from Walmart. Also, if you like really shiny things, the back is super shiny. Also, the front has a very shiny logo. Buying 6 of these is fine. 3 pairs is usually enough for my purposes. They fit well, they stay in place, they don't fall over the place. They go just over the ankle so that it stays in place and doesn't, scoot down into the boot. When your socks start leaving your feet, and that's a problem because you don't want to accidentally have a sock slip off in the middle of the jump when you're landing, especially something that's super dangerous. You don't want things to slide off. From there, we go to my first pair of boots was this. I love these boots, don't get me wrong. Problems are, they weigh 10 pounds each, so both these boots, 20 pounds when I'm wearing them. This has hindered my movement quite a bit, and they're very hard to move in. When I don't wear these, I have an increased amount of movement available to me. Much easier to climb up walls, to cat onto things. There's not a lot of flex from the toe. That's about as much as I get, and I'm really having a strain to make that happen. I've also got this crazy heel here, and so when you're doing precisions, landing on this heel is not really easy. You're going to slip off, it doesn't mold well to anything, you can't feel the ground. It's a very thick, stout sole. I will probably have these changed out to see if I can resurrect these, because I really love the leather uppers and they're in really good condition. Otherwise, generally speaking, things with a heavy sole, so work boots, military boots, just don't use them. They're going to cause a lot of problems. Just because you won't be able to move as well, you won't be able to land and do precisions, and you aren't going to be able to cat onto walls as easy. You need something with more mobility. And that gets me to my last piece of gear for today. These are my Asics wrestling boots. These boots, or shoes if you will, are the ones that I use most consistently. I've actually bought a couple pairs of these. Asics sometimes has some issue with sizing. I bought another pair of these that were the same size, same company, same maker, same year, and they were a size and a half too short for me to wear. So this shoe has more ankle support in this, which helps stabilize the ankle when you're doing leaps and jumps and keeps you upright. To have this is very helpful, especially when you're doing any sort of complicated technique, whenever you're falling on things or taking a redirection from a jump. That really helps when you have this ankle support. Some people like it, some people don't. It just depends on the person. The other thing I really like about these is there's not a lot going on with this shoe. They're very basic boots. The other really positive thing that I see, that I can feel in this, that I'm not going to cut my boot apart, but this shoe has an internal arch support as well. I have very high arches. It's very helpful to have that kind of support, and that comes just with this boot. And it's very minimal, but it's enough to give me the support that I need. You need good foot support for good spine alignment to land on, and any techniques that you're doing. The other really great thing about these is they're basically moccasins. You can fold them up and squish them very easily. They are easy to pack. They're easy to fold, they mount well to the ground, and you are able to feel the ground a lot more in something like this. The sole is very thin. Like you can see here, there's a little bit of tan line here. That tan line is what my sole is, and there's not a lot of sole in this. Comparatively to the other boot, look at the crazy sole on this thing. I mean, the sole is almost half my actual shoe, my wrestling boot here. So this has such a thicker sole on it, you can't feel the ground, and you can't grip edges with your feet, you can't grip bars with your feet, you can't do precisions in this shoe. However, in this one, you have a lot lighter sole, which allows you to bend a lot more. Like I was showing you, it folds really easily. Obviously, feet don't do this, but this is something that helps you have that ground connection with an easy sole to use. They twist really well, too. The other really great thing about this is that they're stitched, not glued. You really want to work on finding some sort of boot that is stitched, not glued. So that's why I tend to stay away from Converse. Converse generally tend to be canvas, they absorb things, they smell weird, you have to wash them a lot, they're glued, it's just all around a bad scene. This boot, however, has more stitching. Only downside, the difference between this and Converse you can throw in a washing machine, this you can't. These dry out pretty fast. If you see this mesh here as well, that is something that you can, that is right into my sole, so these are not waterproof. Just mind that. Another reason to have water resistant socks, things that dry out quickly, because again, wet socks, wet boots, it's weird, it's creepy. You want something that's more effective. So Asics Matte Flex 4 is the one that I'm using, and I have an Asics Split Second that's coming in here soon, and I will give you another review of that. But similarly, it has this kind of thing for the nice flexibility that you want out of a boot to do the parkour, to do precisions, cats, those kinds of techniques, and also have the responsiveness of the ground underneath you. So that is the boot that I would choose and mostly work with. That concludes our boot review for the day. There will be some other boots when I get my other pair. Here in the next couple of days I'll do another video and you can see those, and I will compare and contrast those to the Asics that I'm currently using. This new boot is also an Asics, so I would tend to go with that. I found my boots for $11.50 on eBay, so finding these things on eBay is a really great option, although you can get incorrect sizes pretty easily. The other 10.5 Asics I had that were just a black boot, also 10.5, did not fit, and it was a little bit more expensive, but you can buy them new on their website for about $30. Sometimes you can get away on eBay and find something that really works. If not, there's a lot of people in parkour that I'm sure you could sell your boots to that don't fit or whatever instead of trying to sell them on eBay, and I'm sure a lot of people would like those to have. It really translates differently than normal shoes. So running shoes have that cushion inside of the shoe, and the running shoes don't have that connection to the ground. These shoes have caused me to have to work with the ground a lot more, because if I land wrong, I can really feel it, because there's no heel cushion whatsoever. It's all just a flat boot, which gives it that wonderful flexibility. But it's also a drawback in some instances, but it really teaches you very fast how not to step very quickly. So I'll get to that review once I get the other pair of boots in, and then I will update next week with, we'll move up the chain, so then we'll talk about pants, the other, or pants, trousers, knickers, however you want to say that. And that also has a lot of bits and pieces to it that you might not initially think of. And look forward to that video, and we'll also update in that video with the boots. Thanks for watching.